you, my husband and I are certified scuba divers, and I'll admit, I don't like it near as much as he does. And one of the main reasons that I don't like it very much is I do get seasick. So pretty much every time my husband and I go out scuba diving, I do what they call feeding the fish. So I throw up. But it's really kind of nice too because fish come from everywhere. So most people, it grosses me out, but the fish love to be around when I'm there, I guess. But I was going to tell you a little bit about some of the trips that we've done and some of the mishaps that we've had. One of our favorite places that we have gone is Costa Rica, and we have gone to Costa Rica twice. It's more of a adventure place. It's not somewhere you would want to go if you want to lay out and go to a spa and be pampered, because they have mosquitoes that you would never believe in that country, and deep woods off becomes your best friend. The only place you don't get eaten by mosquitoes is out in the ocean when you're scuba diving. But we went there the first time, and you're not allowed to scuba dive 24 hours before you fly. So the very last day, a big group of people that we had met were going to go diving, but we couldn't because we were flying out the next day, and we decided to go to the volcano instead. But when we came back, that group of people had seen a manta ray that was large enough for 6 people to ride on the back of it. And there were room for more people. It was the most massive thing I've ever seen. They actually hired a videographer, and he taped their trip, and we got to see this unbelievable manta ray. So when we left Costa Rica that time, my husband he wanted to go back so bad to see the manta ray. So we decided to go back and pay the money to go on the trip where you go see the manta rays. And when we got out there, we went down about 80 feet. And as soon as you get down, it takes a little while for your eyes to adjust because there is no color. The further down you go, the more colors are taken out because the sun can't get through. So everything's basically a drab brown. But when we got down to the 80-foot mark, there were 7 bull sharks, 10 to 12 feet long, sitting there on the bottom of the ocean. And it just about gave me a heart attack. And so they kind of scurried off, but one of them actually circled around and came back to see what it was we were doing. And this one guy that was with our group started following it to take pictures of the bull shark, which we later found out is not something you should do because the bull shark then thinks that it's being attacked, that someone is chasing it, and that's usually when they'll turn back around and attack. Thankfully, that didn't happen, but really since that trip, I've not really been as enthusiastic about diving because the bull shark is probably one of the most vicious sharks. A lot of people hear about the great white, but they call the bull shark the pit bull of the ocean. Usually on that particular trip also we did a night dive and we saw octopus. They were amazing. We also were warned about another fish that's called a stonefish or a rockfish. And so they told us that when you get down to look around and if you see a rock that has eyes, to stay away from it because it's a stonefish and it has this fin that comes up on its back that has poison in it, and if it even barely touches you, it can send you into shock. So we actually were down there, and the dive master that was with us started getting our attention, and they have a sign for it where they do the number 4 sticking up because of the way the fin comes up. And we looked over, and there was a rockfish probably 3 feet around, and he got its attention, and its little fin came up. And so there's a lot of dangers with scuba diving. It's beautiful, but you also have to know the